Hello, and welcome back to Tommy's Top Picks Weekly Roundup Podcast, episode 198. I'm your host, Tommy, joined by John.
How's it going?
Good. It happened. It was the first time I forgot how to start this podcast.
You've been doing another podcast, and that's how it goes. You forget.
Yeah, for work. Yeah, almost started it that way, but we stopped ourselves. We got there. We are going to be talking about some Magic and some other things that we're getting into. $375 a collector box. Is that the new cheap?
Good question.
Probably not, because it's also, I'm pretty sure Spider-Man's cheaper than that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep, $345.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, but this is in pre-sale. Remember, the price will come down.
Yes, it will.
So $375 is pre-sale's great. That might mean it hits $300 in actual market price. Like that's where I'm like, okay, I'll splurge. I'll spend $300 on a collector box, right? That's where it's like it works for me.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
So that'll be one of our topics.
Yeah. But first it was Christmas week, so I didn't really play anything. Did you play anything?
I did not play anything. I played Paint the Minis and put them together. That was my gaming of the. Well, that's not true. I did some video gaming too. I've been playing X4. I don't know if you've heard about this. It's a space simulation. It's like the game I wish I could make. I do not have the ability technically to build it, but every time I sit down with like ChatGPT or whatever and try to do software development, I use this as my thing because it's a difficult project. And so it's good to test to see how far the AI can get. It's basically a simulated economy in space. And so if you do nothing, it just keeps going. And the factions build what they want to build. They fight each other for resources. They go and do this stuff. I would love to build a emergent behavior sandbox, basically, of space economy. And that's what my heart's goal, if ever I had the ability or AI ever gets advanced enough, is that I would build that except for in the solar system. So the expansion from Earth to take over the whole solar system economically, just making markets and exploiting resources, etc. That would be the game I would make. It's very difficult. You basically have to write your own engine because simulators are very challenging for game engines to run. So anyways, this game is the thing I wish I could make. I cannot. They're on their 4th version. It's very fun. I spent a lot of time playing that. But whenever my eyes started to cross from looking at simulation for too long, because this is basically Excel. Let me just tell you, you're playing the Excel, the video game.
Not my video game.
It's not quite like that, but it's close. It's pretty close. It's not as bad as Eve. Eve was really literally Excel. This is like graphs and charts, and it's Excel. It's markets. But whenever my eyes got crossed from doing that, I turned to my right, which I now have a hobby table set up to my right, where my card drawers were for the shop.
Hey.
They're still there. Yeah, so now it's like paintbrushes, paints, and models, and glue and all that stuff. So I built some models. So I built my Raveners and built the Tyranids, and I just finished their undercoating. I spray painted them last night, and then I did black touch up today. I do like the technique you showed me, by the way.
Yeah, the sub
I'm all in on it. Yeah, I'm all in on black undercoat, gray, white, and then paint.
It shows you as you're going, like, so when you actually do go to paint it, it just highlights those things so you actually pull out all those details that you would have not even noticed.
Yeah, it's great. It works. It makes it easier, and then you can get down to the nitty-gritty detail and all that. But yeah, the reason I put the Raveners together is I finished, quote unquote, my Necrons.
Nice.
They are fully painted. I feel very good about them. Yeah, they are not perfect. There's definitely places I'm like, I could go back and touch that up, but I was just sick of painting them because after you paint, I think it's 10 is how many I have.
Yeah.
You're just done. I was just so done. I was like, screw this. I want to build something.
Yep. Well, this is why I settled on Kill Team and got away from Warhammer, like the full game, is because you have to do that. What you did, when you got tired, you're like 10% done.
Yeah. You're nowhere close. Yeah. So this is actually well done. You found the game that fits the John mentality
and the Tommy. It's mine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
I couldn't do because I tried. I painted like 50 Leagues of Votan.
God, no, screw that.
Including like the big ones, the small ones, the vehicles. Oh my goodness, the vehicles look a ton of fun to paint. They're not.
Yeah.
They're fun to build. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Buildings.
The building, yeah, it's the thing. It's the thing.
But
so anyway, so yeah, I did a lot of that, and it's been good. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. I need to go pick up some paints. I might try to do that today in my local shop because I need Tyranid colors. I have some, but I want more, and I don't want them to look exactly like the Necron. So I'm trying to get different palette.
That is the downside of this: is you will buy more paints.
I don't care. That's fine.
No, I know.
Yeah. I did buy a second set of the Army Painter, like the flats, so that I could do the gray dry brush because it comes with that gray dry brush in there.
Yeah. Those are good.
So yeah, got that, the speed paints, and then I got a bunch of Games Workshop like technicals and contrasts and stuff. So that sounds
good.
Like
it's the fun. Right mix. That's a good way of doing it.
I feel good. I feel pretty solid. In fact, I need to go through my paints before I go to the local game store and see if I have colors I would use for the Tyranids, because I imagine my Army Painter speed paint might be good enough. I don't know. I haven't looked through all the colors yet. Maybe I'll make them like purple or something. So it'll be fun. But yeah, that is most of my gaming was actually just prepping to game with you. What we're doing that next weekend, weekend after, something soon.
We can have the 10th.
Yeah. So that's cool. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Oh, and by the way, my quote unquote on the Necrons. So technically, I think 4 are unpainted.
Oh, but they're not ones that would be in your list every time.
Exactly. Yeah. So because it comes with I bought the 2 bosses, and I really only wanted the one. I don't even know the rules. I just like the idea of a Chronomancer.
Sure.
And so like that's the one I really wanted. And the other 2 are like, well, you can switch out whoever your commander is, and there's probably a good reason to do that. So I got those models, built them too. But since I knew I wasn't starting with them, I was like, I'll play with the squad first. And then the extra ones, because I think it's an 8-person squad. And I did 10. The 2 are swappables. They're like the base warrior and the base gunner or whatever the hell it is. And so I made extras of each, so I could, like, as I play, I could be like, no, I actually like the gunner more and do more gunners instead of the whatever it is. I can't remember exactly. They're like a machine gunner and a blast gunner or something. So, anywho, built out the squad. Squad's ready.
Nice. Yeah, I have the commandos fully table ready, but it is one of those things where, like, I was taking pictures of them. And as I was doing that, I noticed I painted one of their teeth just green. Like I never went back and did the white for the teeth.
Yeah.
So that's always infuriating. You're like, yay, I'm done. And then you're taking pictures and you're like, no, it's not done.
I know for a fact that I put one down that I knew I needed to go back into, and I was just so done. I know there's at least 2 spots that I know of, and that means there's probably like 10 spots that that I need to go back and fix. But I'm not looking at them again because I'll just get infuriated. So I'm just going to leave it alone for now.
It's fine. You can come back to it. That's how I do it.
Exactly. I can do it later. It's fine. I don't need to do it right now.
But I'll try and get the Plague Marines because our friend was interested in that one painted, and maybe another one by the time we get together.
Yeah.
Because they're all already they've been dry brushed and highlighted, so it's just getting paint on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I'll try out the I got the new AK paint markers, so I'm going to try how those work. Maybe I'll try those on the Plague Marines.
Yeah, let me know how that goes.
Because I have a green that looks at those. Close. Yeah.
Speed paint markers looked interesting, and I do enjoy speed paint. Like I really like it. It is different than the contrasts, I now know.
Yes.
Not vastly different, but it is different. The technique is slightly different the way you use it. I'm actually feeling pretty good. Like as I did each Necron, I got better. I figured out some techniques. I didn't have to go back as many times, And while it looks like, if I take a step back and look at the squad, they look a little muddy. They're not ideal.
Yeah.
I feel good about what happened from first Necron to last Necron and my development of technique. And so it's fine. Like it's fine. It's definitely a learning squad. I know I'll look back if I keep at this for a few years. I'll look back and be like, yep, those were the first things I painted.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's where I was. Yes.
Yes. I can tell. I can already tell. I see that. That. I'm going to see that. Yeah.
Yeah. I went back and because some of the I was going to build the sisters and the novitiates and the pathfinders from the first box I got, because that was the first kill team box I got, but I only ever ended up building one of each and painting one of each. But those paint jobs, oh my goodness, they are so bad.
That's how it goes.
I'm going to strip those and then repaint those.
It's fine. That was part of why I didn't feel so bad. It's because you showed me you could just strip it so easily. I was I'm glad you showed me that because that makes me a lot less like intense about this. I could just be like, well, if it sucks at the end, I'll just rip it all off and start over.
Yeah. It's coloring in 3D.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I enjoy
with a lot of extra steps.
This is a perfect like snowed in, iced in holiday.
Oh, for sure.
Thing.
Yeah,
I was very pleased to have this to play along because video games are fun and my true passion is always video games. Always has been, always will be. That said, I do get burnt out and bored and like don't want to play. Like everything sucks. I have 40 games on my desktop and I'm like, these all are crap. I don't want to play any of them, And that's a silly thing, but it's just a me thing where it's like I can't do the same thing over and over again for too long or I get really bored.
Yeah.
So having this as a separate thing has definitely helped with that. And it's made me less stir crazy being because we were frozen in since Friday. So we went out today because I was like, fuck this, we're going out.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being in the house. I'll crack the ice.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
We drove home. We were visiting family, so we weren't home. So I didn't get any painting done, but I got some reading done. I'm almost done. No, the Warhammer novel.
Nice.
The High Cal's Oath. It's the first Leagues of Votann novel to come out, and only. So it's the only novel besides. It's only full size novel for the Leagues of Votann, and it's been pretty good. And then on the drive there and back, I have an Audible subscription, and we listened to the first Horus Heresy book, Horus Rising. So Jillian and I just listening to Horus Rising on the way to and from. It's like a 12-hour audiobook. We got about 10 hours or 8 hours between the two drives.
Nice.
So, made it pretty far. It's set in 30K, so like 10 years before.
Okay.
And so this storyline started in 2006, and now there's like 90 books or something in it. But it's really just when I looked into where to start with 40K novels, it actually recommended to start with the first 3 of the Horus Heresy. And so that basically it sets up who the Emperor is and the Primarchs and the Civil War and all that stuff that happened in the 30th millennia before 40K. Because all these Primarchs and stuff.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, yeah. I'm enjoying it a lot. The audiobook and the novel.
Did Jillian enjoy it?
She was asking questions.
That's a good sign. That's pretty good.
She does. Engaged. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She does she is out of all of the nerd IP that I dip my toes in and out of. Warhammer's the one she's the most interested lore-wise.
It seemed like it. I don't remember where we were, but she was talking about some sort of lore at some thing we were at, and she brought up, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, no. So,
whoa, she knows stuff.
Yeah, whenever I pick up the 40K core books, there's a ton of lore at the beginning that goes over all the different armies and the different gods and stuff.
Yeah,
and
she had read something. Yeah.
Oh, she went through the whole thing, the whole lore part.
That's crazy. That's cool. That's good.
And the artwork in those books are gorgeous.
Yes. Yeah, they're very fun and inspiring. Does that mean we're going to play Darktide again?
I don't know.
Because that was the 40K world,
so.
whatever. She didn't like that one so much. She liked the what was
Vermintide.
Vermintide, yeah, the medieval one.
Yeah, which I did re-download.
Yeah, I was about to say it may be updated by now on both of those. That it's worth checking out.
But I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
Total side tangent. We have yet to get back to cards.
Well, I also found a game that may interest me that I may pick up called Leave It Alone.
Okay, looks cozy.
Uh-huh.
Oh no! Oh no, Tommy! Oh no! Oh my God, it's nuts. Okay, yep.
I don't need to say it. You can look it up. Yeah. It's on Steam. It's called Leave It Alone.
If you want to know Tommy, this is Tommy. Okay, this is Tommy 101.
This is my kind of game. We were watching a YouTuber play it, and I was just like, "Oh no, I need to play this. This is for me."
It's a good one. All right, so back to cards.
Yeah.
What's going on in the card world, Tommy?
I don't know. Spider-Man's struggling on the struggle bus.
Struggle bus, Spider-Man.
345. It's getting to the place from like, do I just buy a case?
Oh yeah. Did you ever buy a case of that, or it wasn't available? Was it?
Well, I mean, I just have been focusing on more adult investments, but it
was hard to get in the beginning, wasn't it? No. It was one of the because it was right after the Final Fantasy IP, so everyone was nuts on that. The pre-orders were crazy.
Oh, sure, but I mean, it has fallen for a while.
Yeah, but it hasn't hit the super lows yet. Like 330 is still. I mean, anything above 300 still seems pricey in my mind. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, and it's collector box. Yeah, and so when you buy it by the case, it's 365.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying it's not there yet.
Not quite there yet. Yeah. Just didn't do well, huh?
No.
It wasn't the cards, because there's some powerful cards.
Mm-hmm.
It's more expensive than demand, I guess.
That could be it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the Soulstone's holding up at $60.
Yeah.
Eddie's Borderless is holding up at 120. Peter fell. Miles fell. But
yeah, Avatar's down to 350, 360.
Yeah, Avatar's doing a similar thing.
Yeah. So, okay. It's just post-fantasy purge, if you will.
Yeah.
Everyone went nuts. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. Hit that spike point, and now it's a chilling out moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will say, so Brothers War is we were talking about before we started, but the Brothers War set box I had sold, and it was priced like not stupid high if you look at the prices now, obviously, because it's sold, but well above where it was called Black Friday. There was, I set everything to near market or above market. That one I set above market. And then after Black Friday was over, I pushed things back up and just kind of leave it to wait for prices to catch it. And prices caught it. So that's the news, is that I guess it's drifting upwards, or has been for a bit. And I was a little surprised. Like, I don't understand why the set boxes, it doesn't have the collectible, like, cards in it. It doesn't have the serialized cards in it, as far as I know. Maybe there's some special art that I'm not aware of. It's kind of a boring set to open, I will say, because I opened a lot of Brothers War. I believe it was probably at least one set box, maybe two. I think it was some play boxes, and then multiple collectors. I was trying to get the different serialized, right? And I think I grabbed one or two. Nothing impressive, but a few nice ones. And so it's not a fun opening experience. My memory of it is that it's very repetitive, a lot of artifacts, a lot of the different art versions of the artifacts, which gets really annoying because the commons are common. Like there's really common artifacts that just show up again and again and again, like the stupid drum, spring something drum. My God, I must have opened 100 copies of that. That's not accurate, but it was a lot. And there's a bunch like that, and they're not particularly good artifacts, so they're just kind of.
But there are some in retro frame. Like they're not the serialized version, but like you have Wormcoil Engine, Howling Mine, Phyrexian Revoker.
Yes, but your odds of getting those are super low.
Oh yeah,
I know, because I opened a lot, and this is why I'm like, yes, there's good ones in there.
Yes,
there's cool arts version of it, right? Like the little Da Vinci style art, which I do love. I love the art style. It's just when you open a million of them, it gets boring really fast. So that's why I'm like surprised set boxes are going crazy, because it's an opening experience that I wouldn't put in a top tier category. Now, maybe something's happening, generally speaking, like maybe some artifacts have gone up because of something, some synergy, right? And you can get a really cool version in there, and that spiked because of the cool version. I don't know. Maybe that's
people are specting on Transformers. That's it. That has to be it.
It's definitely Transformers. That was the other thing that made it horrible. I actually enjoyed opening it to a degree. Like I'd put it in my mid range. It's not my top, just because the different things you got were fun. But it got boring after a while, and the Transformers were in, I think, every pack or every few packs or whatever, and it was super annoying. It's just so off theme despite I understand why they did it, like robots and robots,
artifacts.
But no, I'm sorry, it's just so off theme. It literally like throws you off. And I hated it. And I got a bunch of fancy transformers, and that's the other thing. You get a super fancy foil, blah 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 blah, and it's a transformer, and you're like, I don't.
Well, now I'm not getting anything else cool.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care about the fancy transformer. Give me a really cool Phyrexian artifact, right? Like, why? So that was the off-putting part. But I guess it's going up now, and people love the play boxes, or I guess whatever it was called back then, the draft boxes. People loved it, the actual drafting of it, which I could see because artifact theme is good, strong, solid, easy, and I think there's a few different ways to build, but it was it had enough variety without being too complex. Put it that way. There's a lot of synergies across the different cards. So I don't know. Point is, set boxes went up and seem to be on a steady upward trend. You can see they've kind of hit a plateau right now, but they've been going up for a while if you look at the charts. I imagine the same will happen with the draft shortly after. There's always more drafts, so it takes a while longer to follow. And then collectors, I don't know on that one. Again, it does have cool serialized cards, but it's also the most common serialized opening in, I think, all of the sets, so it gets kind of boring. But that said, if the speculation on Rudy collecting all of those cards is true, then that would actually drive that up pretty quickly, assuming all of the serialized cards are basically being removed from market, which it does look like. Let me pull that up again. They call it serial numbered, I think is what. Yeah. That was definitely a thing. I don't know if it's still true. But there was like none on the market last week or a couple weeks ago, whenever it was. I don't know, but that's the news on that. Other than that, I don't think anything's really moving. Have you noticed anything?
No.
Everything's just kind of doldrums, right? Post holiday spending doldrum.
Yeah.
Pay off that credit card debt.
Yeah. Yeah, more. We definitely got more play boxes. I think we touched on that last time, but those are getting down to more reasonable prices, which are good. And I wonder if that's having an effect on the collector boxes as well. Just that there's less lean on just the usual regular cards. Like there's just because that's some of the value in collector boxes, and just having those more of those cards enter through play boxes. I wonder if that's taking some pressure off.
Yeah, I think they are
People aren't
overall
going into collectors for playables.
Exactly. I think they are overall adjusting the playable market, which is good. Springleaf Drum. God, I hate that card. It is sold out as a serialized card. So interesting. Since I'm looking at the artifacts since we had our last conversation about Rudy buying them.
Yeah.
It does look like every listing, up to 300 range is now gone on all of them, which was not the case a couple weeks ago. There's a handful that have under 300 listings, but it's very rare. I wonder if it's just worth buying any that are under 300. It kind of feels like it is because they're all down to like called under a dozen, often under 5 copies available. So it's like, yeah, this market's done. It's like these are gone very soon. Yeah, and a lot of them are out of stock already. Springleaf Drum. I hate that card. I opened that card so many times. Not the serialized, but I opened that card so many times. I was so sick of seeing that card. It was ridiculous. That was one of those ones that's just like every 3 packs I got another Springleaf Drum, and I was like, God, I hate that. And the other one was a Black Blade Reforged, also not the best. It's fine. It's just not like the best sort of artifact out there.
Yeah.
Got a ton of those. Really wish I got more Altar of Dementia, Howling Mine. The really fancy ones. Burnish Heart. I got a billion of those as well. And the Quietest Spike. That was another one I got pretty frequently. But yeah, they made it unfun to open. I was like, stop giving me the damn same 5 cards again and again. But they have to do it with something has to be common,
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this market's basically bought out. It's not fully there, but it's damn close. Like I'm not seeing anything over like 5 listings left, really. Okay, there's an 8. Yeah, they're almost completely bought out. That's interesting. I wonder if he is buying all of them, or if the word just got out and people are now piling on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you set up the dominoes, then you let your following knock out the rest.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally there's not. It looks like very few have over 5 copies. There's a 7, there's an 8, and I'll call it like 3 or 4 more. There's a 6. Everything else is under 5 copies, 5 or under. So, yeah. Now, that said, they generally are not super expensive. Everything under 300 is basically sold out. 300 to, except for the very like Mox Amber is like 2000 obviously, but aside from the like mega hits, I think Howling Mine's probably up there too. None of them are super expensive either, so just keep that in mind. But when there's 0 copies left, it suddenly becomes whatever the holder wants it to be.
Yeah, but I mean, so even the 300 ones, you're not getting your money back if you buy a box.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
So say you buy a box and you pull one of the $300 serialized. You're not even getting your money back and you pulled a serialized.
Oh, from the one serialized card.
Yeah.
Yes, agree. Agree. Well, actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, definitely not. What is the collector's box at now, right now? For Brothers. I didn't actually look that up.
For 85.
Okay. Almost 500 for this. Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah. So you'll get one serialized. You'll pay most of it back, but then the rest you won't.
Which I'm sure you will get back to 500.
Other value in it. I don't know. I don't remember the set having like a lot of big hits in it. I remember it being fun because it was like throwback nostalgia, but I don't remember being like, oh, I got this crazy card. Like the serialized card was the crazy card. So you're right. Like if you hit the big thing, you're not paying for the box. It's pretty disappointing, right?
Yeah, because the biggest hit would be Portal to Phyrexia Extended Art for $30.
Yeah, there's not a lot. Like, I don't think there's a lot of great value in this set.
No, there's a lot of 15. No, there's not even. There's 3 $15 cards, a $20 card, and a $25 card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there are some cool tokens. There's a $73 token.
Yeah, but those are what's SEA exclusive.
I don't know what that is. That's really cool, though. I kind of want those tokens. They're really expensive, though. They are really cool looking.
Yeah, they're exclusive event tokens.
Is that what it is? Okay. Well, that would explain why they're so cool looking. Yeah, it's just not that valuable a set. Awaken the World's excited me because I used that card in a couple of different decks.
Oh, no.
Cityscape Leveler, I've used that before.
They may have been buy-a-box promos.
Ah, okay. The Liberator Battlethropter is good, but that's a $2 card, so not that big of a deal. Yeah, this set doesn't have that many, like, oh, I have to have that card,
Yeah.
And then, of course, they do have the, I forget what these types of lands are called, Underground River, where it's like, add a color or another color and deal 1 damage to you, or it's a colorless.
Sure.
I don't remember what those are called, but those are okay lands. They're not terrible lands. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what else is in here. I think it was really just like the big worm?
Worm Coil Engine.
Worm.
It's the artifacts,
yeah. Yeah, just not a lot. It's not a lot. It's fine.
Yeah. One thing I am going to be interested in with Lorwyn moving forward is the Draft Night box.
And what's the story with that again?
It is
all like a half box thing or something.
Less.
Yeah.
It's 12 packs, a grouping of lands so that you have enough lands to draft, and 1 collector pack for the winner.
Is it a 2-player box? Is that how it's set up?
4-player.
It's 4 players. That's why I was like, how many people does that support? I can't remember. Yeah, 4 players, good. That's good.
Or 2 of our nights.
Fun. Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, that's 2 plays, which is probably enough for us.
Yeah.
It's like, that's all we really.
Which is really nice, because then we can just grab one of these instead of a draft box.
Perfect. And it's literally perfect. Yeah.
But it's not something I'm going to be grabbing cases of.
No, God, no.
But like, if just for our sets, it's like,
that's what I mean. That's like, hey, you want to do that set? Sure, let's buy that, and then we'll just do it a couple times and be like, okay, that was good.
And then what? So we shuffle them all up and then use those cards again if we really wanted to,
or whatever, they go in a collection.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm for it. Oh, we could even do it like, although it's hard because it's two plays, it's a chance we tie. Play for all the cards, right? Like we switch off who buys the box, and then every time we play, we just play for all the cards.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Because I don't think either of us really cares that much about the cards.
No.
Oh, you won? Yes. Oh, darn, I don't have more chaff to deal with.
Oh, no. Yeah. I don't know, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Grab the pizza party box for the TMNT set.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I don't think that's the same thing. I don't think they're doing draft night with that.
Oh, sure, because it's the IP set. They're probably only going to do that with the internal or ones that.
Oh no, there is a draft night for TMNT.
Oh, that's a little surprising, because that dilutes the value of those cards. Because they're going to be printed in those other formats. And I assume some of those cards are going to have some value, right?
What?
It's an IP set.
Oh, yeah. There's the Shredder.
Yeah, because like there'll be good playables that have cool art, and there'll be good playables that people will just want. Your Bowmasters. You know what I mean? The things that are like, yeah, that's an uncommon, but also really good.
Yeah. TMNT also has another product that I wanted to get. Maybe it was the pizza box.
You did mention the pizza box. You wanted the lands, I think, because they're little pizzas or something.
But no, there's a PvE.
Oh, box. That's right. Yeah, I forgot.
I want to get to play with friends. I just forget what it's called.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. But yeah, the lands do look good.
Yeah, you liked them, and I was like, no.
I'm gonna bring out one deck.
Why are you putting a Pizza Hut in my Magic? Yeah, it's not really, but that's what it feels like.
It's very clear which land they are. They're very clear lands.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, one of the original cross IPs, right? Because they did deals with Pizza Hut when they came out.
Did they?
Oh God, yeah. When the cartoon was first big and everyone like the movies came out and shit, they cross promoted with Pizza Hut like crazy. I don't remember exactly what you could get. I vaguely recall there was some sort of like drink cup that was like a turtle's head or something. I don't remember. It was something like that. I remember that I wanted it really badly, whatever it was, and I was a little kid and I loved going to Pizza Hut.
In the comics, they crossed over with DC Comics and Batman.
Yeah.
And in Power Rangers, there's Power Rangers and TMNT crossovers in comics.
Crazy IP crossovers.
It's pretty wild. When do you think we get a Power Rangers Universes Beyond?
You could do that. You could do that easily.
Yeah.
I think it hits about as well as Transformers did.
Yeah.
It's the thing. Like, I don't think it's going to be super popular.
It won't be Transformers bad. Would have done better if it was by its own self. And
and some people, I have heard positive things about the Transformer cards. I just personally am not a fan of how it showed up in that box.
Yeah, that's yes, I agree.
So yeah, there's a lot of I guess complaints about it, but the complainers are the loudest. I have heard people have very positive response to Transformer cards. So yeah, teach his own. That's where it's like, if you like them, go get the singles. Like, yeah, totally. The rest of the box is useless to you.
Yes.
So go get the singles.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So Lore Run's coming out.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if this is new, but I didn't notice it before. The lands, or the shock lands, is the type that is. Yeah. double-sided art. Kind of cool. Yeah, I'm guessing that's what that means. I'm just seeing it on TCG Player how they have two different arts for the same card. So I am assuming it's a double-sided art. Same number for the card, 349 for Blood Crypt, for example. So I'm guessing it's just a land card, a Shocky land that's double-sided, which is really cool. Also makes me wonder if they'll ever do like a serialized double-sided. Now they've done serialized Shocklands before, but it doesn't mean they can't do serialized Shocklands again with different art, right? Or don't they ever do that again because that would cause people to question the value
freak out.
Yeah, right. But since when has that stopped WotC from doing something that makes them more money?
But maybe wait a couple more years at least.
Yeah, you don't want to do that too quick, but
because we just did it last year.
One. Yeah, it was
so 2 years in a row, serialized the same cards.
That'd be rough. Was it last year? It was
or 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago now. Still, because it was what was that set? I love that set.
Ravnica Remastered.
Yeah, Ravnica. That was such a good open. I would still open that today. It's too expensive, but
yes, I sold my one box I had of it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a really fun set to open. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know about that. And the other art I'm digging. I know we haven't gotten much more as far as spoilers. Maybe we've gotten a few, but like Ashling Command with the two little elementals and like it seems like an old school fairy tale art style. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like the 1950 fairy tale books or whatever. It's
kind
of what it reminds me of. I like that little cartoonish like pin drawing style or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's very light dark.
Yeah, cool. I like it. So yeah, Lorwyn will come out soon. Close, right? Like it's in this month or is it next month?
It's January.
Okay. Well, yeah, this month being a couple days from now.
Well, technically,
you're right. Technically, we're in December. I'm thinking we're in January though.
And it's the end of
mentally,
January.
I am in January. Yeah.
Oh, same. Yeah. I have to go to work this week, but off New Year's Day. But it still doesn't feel like real until January.
You know what I have to do tomorrow? My whole calendar consists of my team meeting, which I'm going to be like, hello, goodbye. I'm going to talk to everyone and be like, you need anything? Okay, see ya. Let's catch up in the new year. Because we have, most people took the day off after New Year's because it's Friday is back, right?
Yeah.
And so basically we have the first and the second off for most people, and then New Year's Eve we usually get like a half day the day before. They kind of announce it as a surprise the day before the holiday. And so we have like a half a week to do things if people are even in, and some people took off, so it's like whatever. We'll meet. We'll see if there's anything that needs to get done immediately. Our entire industry basically shuts down during this period, so there's not much we can do.
Yeah. Ours is just prepping for next year's stuff.
Yeah, totally.
But to answer your question, it comes out the 23rd of January. Pre-release the 16th to the 22nd.
So less than a month away. We should probably get some more previews soon then.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah. Unless they've cut back on preview season and they're just doing like Sorcery did, where they're like, here's a few cards. The rest, just open the damn box.
What do you think?
I actually would appreciate it if they did that. If they didn't reveal everything, but I don't know if they're willing to do that because they have a lot of promoters to work with.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't see that. That's a serialized? That is so cool.
Flash flying, beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and you create a 1/1 blue-black fairy creature token.
And that's not a commander.
Nope.
Oh. In black? That's really good. That's really good. Trying to get it back out is going to be tricky. Yeah, you definitely have to use your tutors and stuff to grab that card if you're going to build around that concept. But there's a ton of fairy synergy. I was working on that fairy deck. You remember the one I sent you, the blue-black?
Yeah.
Yeah, like this would fit perfectly in that. Throw some tutors in to grab it early, because a lot of it was like the number of fairies you have, and this is producing it. And in Commander, you have a lot of life. You don't care.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pay one for a 1/1.
Heck yeah.
Cool. Anything on what?
I say if it has synergies with the rest of the deck, like just having fairies out.
Oh, sure.
Bodies.
Yeah, and it's a fairy itself. Anything else on Lorwyn or cards?
No, that's really it. Not much until we see more.
Cool. Economicals, do you have anything? Or we just
not really. It's basically quiet season because all the economic people take off for the holidays too. So there's not really much to talk about. It's the same stuff. Trade wars tend to be bad. Seems to be causing some inflation. I think there was some report that came out that said inflation wasn't so bad, or no, maybe it was GDP was 4.3 or something like that, whatever it was. But it was one of those things where like everyone that knows how this works looked at the reports and was like, yeah, but it's missing these huge chunks of data, so we don't know. Like the answer is actually this isn't an answer yet. Look for the revision in 3 months, which is what always happens, right?
Right.
Now we've had a lot of crazy revisions over the last year. I don't know if you recall me talking about that.
Yep.
It's just one of those things where the data gathering has not been as great.
Or
and
reliable.
I forget. Yeah, well, I think there's a little bit of both. It was like the standard processes weren't really working anymore. There's something about the way they were doing the surveys, and then and then the government shutdowns caused disruptions, right? And then there was some funny business where someone didn't like the numbers, so they fired the people, and you know what I mean? Like that's where it's like the funny business is the most concerning. The other stuff is kind of like, yeah, this shit happens. Because if you fire people for giving you numbers you don't like, then people stop trusting your numbers, right? And so, yeah, it's just more of the same. We're in a situation where that report that came out, everyone who's deep and serious about economics looked at it and was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it could be good. It may not be. We'll wait for 3 months because that's one thing. Patience in real data is how most economists look at this stuff. So it's like, yeah, it says that, but you take it with a grain of salt until you get the full numbers, right? And the full numbers are going to take a while because of the shutdown. This is still the ripple effect from that, right? So that's why it's like, yeah, okay, if you want to, but I wouldn't celebrate too high because in a few months you're going to get massive backlash over the celebration that was false. I guess I don't know. You don't really get massive backlash anymore.
No.
But the reality is that, yeah, I'll take it with a grain of salt. Yes, hopefully it's good. Hopefully everything's fine. Hopefully people are not struggling or suffering and inflation isn't out of control and GDP is doing well and not in a problematic way. But I have my doubts. Inflation excluding housing. And that's the other thing. Oh, I will say, the housing thing was the part that was excluded from inflation that made it seem like it was good. I think it was like 3 or 2.7 or something like that last time. And everyone's like, yeah, but it doesn't have housing, and housing is typically a thing. Except I'm seeing more and more about housing prices dropping, so it actually could be to the benefit to get that full data on the inflation thing. The inflation may actually be relatively low once you add housing in, if housing prices are actually coming down, as I'm hearing. But everything I'm hearing about it is like very, very, third party scant, not real data. You're in the mortgage industry. You're hearing anything about sales declining and things like that? Mortgages
sales declining for sure.
Yeah. Is it more than seasonal or is it just like end of year,
end of holidays? Yeah, holidays.
Yeah, nothing it's just out of character.
People aren't moving. Like the biggest times you'll see are revolving around like just before school started.
Yeah.
Like parents trying to move school districts for their kids. That's their big seasons, and then their downtimes, and now is it just a downtime?
Yeah, I was curious if there was more than normal, but yeah, I did see some stuff about there's some division in data. It was seller buyer market trend. I forget what the exact lines were. But essentially there are less buyers than normal. Buyers have stopped and sellers continue to add stock. Now they're slowing down too. They're both dipping at the same time, but they're diverged quite a bit so that there's more sellers, therefore prices should come down, except they haven't yet. They haven't reacted yet. Question mark, question mark. Again, we're missing that housing data, which may say, yes, it actually is down, and yes, it is deflationary, and yes, inflation is lower, but we don't have that data yet. So point being, I know it was relatively I don't know, argumentative about the previous inflation number, but the more I've seen since then, the more I'm like, actually, it might be to Trump's benefit that the inflation is lower than even that report says based on housing. If housing is going down, non-seasonally or seasonally adjusted rather.
Yeah, I would say seasonally more than anything else.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, nothing else. Everything else is quiet because no new economic reports during the holidays. Everyone takes off.
Yeah, I do know a lot of the kind of the noise that's coming out of my community is prepare for a rough year next year. Like not a lot of buying and selling.
That's interesting. What is the basis of that?
Rates not adjusting.
Oh, so they don't think the Fed's going to drop rates with the new Fed chair and all that?
I don't know.
It's news.
But I mean, again, it changes all the time. So I don't know. I think it's also just a lot of veterans being like, make sure you prepared just in case of a rough year.
Yeah.
Don't go crazy. Don't have too high of expectations, I guess.
Yeah.
Tempered expectations.
Yeah, that's kind of my entire take on the 2026 economy. I mean, if we want to talk about it broadly, where I am, I will say I am more diversified than I've ever been. I have all sorts of different things because I don't know what's going to happen. Typically, I'm like a 70-30 split or 60-40 split, depending on what I believe strongly in and my secondary kind of backup / hedge. That's how I look at most of my time in any market. Right now, because there's so much uncertainty in so many different directions, I really don't know what's going to go up. I will say I'm more in commodities now than I've ever been. I'm more in bonds now than I've ever been. I'm more in it's just, and then I have cash, which I honestly makes me nervous. I don't like having cash because inflation is inflation and it causes cash to be less valuable. I'd rather be earning.
Yeah.
But you have to have cash on sideline to take advantage of downturns when they happen. And I do think
high yield
some
savings
places it will happen. Yeah. I have high yield savings. I also
nothing,
use I use Crack. I don't know if you're familiar with that. KRAK. It's I sent it to you.
Yeah.
It's the Kraken's like PayPal type app, but they do a US backed stable coin on there. And so it's like US dollars, so you don't get capital gains sale like when you sell in and out of it because it's tied to the dollar. It's zero is the difference. But they do a high interest rate on it, which is pretty good, higher than my high yield. So yeah, it's good, but it's risky. It's a cryptocurrency. Right. It's on an exchange. It's not FDIC. So so I have both. I have a high yield and I have that. Because it's like, well, this may work out better than I think and eventually move more money there. Or maybe this is a terrible idea and you can't trust it. So like I said, super diversified. I have money everywhere. It's stupid. I hate it. I actually have lost track of things. I didn't really, but I was doing some calculations on there's a property near us that has 2 units in it. And I was like, oh, do we buy that and then rent those 2 properties out? Like we could probably do that. I was like, how much cash do I have like sitting around for a down payment? And so I started doing the math, and I was like, oh, okay, this, that, and that, and then I have to sell that, and then it'd be taxes and this, and like maybe not worth it. And then 2 days later, I found a bunch of money that I had stashed in a different place. I was like, God damn it! Like that's not a small amount of money. Like it made a difference, and I was like, I can't believe I forgot that existed. Yeah, this is the problem with being too diversified. It's like you really got to track all your crap. But that said, it's good for an uncertain market, and it helps make sure that whatever goes up, you're gonna have some stuff going up, which is good because some stuff will be going down or sitting flat. So it's good to have diversity.
Yeah, it's all
I will say everything I've seen tells me metals are going to be nuts this coming year. I don't know if you're familiar. I just recently became familiar with it. China has a restriction with us as part of the trade wars, and I don't think the news talks about it too much because it's like a black eye, and you know how this administration takes that. But I think as of January 1st, and don't quote me on this, do your own research, all that. But I believe as of January 1st, there is a precious metals ban from China or restriction or tariff or something from China, which includes things like palladium, silver, platinum, gold, although I don't think they sell as gold, and others, right? The big one that has gone crazy, and I keep seeing news about or articles about, is silver. I also think palladium's another major one, and that's because of the sources of it. Now, I think rare earths like lithium were part of that originally, or maybe they were separate, areas of trade contention. But I believe the rare earths, the battery stuff, right, is and electronic stuff is fixed like that. I believe Trump did something to make that actually like happen again. Those trades happen again. This one was not fixed, the precious metals, and it goes into effect January 1, and silver is used in a ton of stuff. So all those data centers? Apparently, I did not know this. I was like, what? Data centers use a lot of silver. I have no idea what for. I don't know why. Batteries or something, I guess. I don't know. They're used in a lot of industrial electronics too. And so silver over the last, I don't know, a couple of months has gone up like parabolic, like crazy fast. And so that's one where I think everyone's eyes are on it. I think palladium is going to be another one. I think gold obviously is always one. Anyways, point being, I've seen more than one thing that indicates this year is like the year of precious metals, because we've screwed up our trade agreements and they're kind of critical. Some of them are kind of critical to actual devices and stuff we make and want to make, and modern technology.
Yeah.
And so the speculation is hit. Everyone's going crazy with it. Now, is it too late? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not one to try to time it, diversify, have a little bit of all of it, and they sure are doing well. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things, like, I could see that being this year if we maintain an uncertain trade situation, which it does seem is the case. Because that could continue to be a problem. But then again, maybe tomorrow Trump sneezes and it gets reversed and everything's fine. I don't know. It's very hard to say.
Yes.
That's all I got on economic goals.
Yeah, I didn't know that about the metal stuff.
Yeah, the silver thing. I was like, what? Silver used in data centers, but it's like critical.
Yeah.
And I think all of our supply came out of China mining.
Interesting.
Yeah, which I was like, what?
Yeah, and as we're building all of this stuff.
Yeah, exactly at the time we need it the most. Yeah. I think even Elon Musk tweeted about it. He's like, this is a problem. It's used in a lot of, modern manufacturing. And my understanding is I could be getting it wrong, 500 kilograms, ounces, I don't know, some unit of silver used in every Starlink satellite. And those things are being thrown up and burned up quickly. Yeah. So it's significant pressure of like actual need. It's not just speculation on it being silver, right? It's actual industrial need is
which is completely different.
Way higher. Yeah. Industrial need is way higher than supply. And a majority of the supply was coming out of China. So it's like, oh, that's a big problem. And I forget the exact numbers. I saw some report on it. It was like called 1.6. I'm probably making this up, but it's something similar. 1.6 trillion in industrial demand every year, every decade, whatever. I don't know the time frame. And the production of it was something like 500 billion. So it's way off just on actual supply demand basis, which I think everyone's catching on to, which is why the market's going bonkers, because this lack of trade in silver is a huge issue for all modern technology stuff. So the prices will climb. Yeah, but it is unhinged. It is like bubble territory, right? Like we're past the news phase, guys. Don't jump on this like this is guarantee. That said, does it keep going given uncertainties about other things? Who knows? And again, Trump may sneeze and reverse everything tomorrow. You never know.
Yeah, you do. You never know. Yeah, that's the part that scares me about it.
Yeah.
How easy it is to reverse.
Most of the GDP is based on AI, which is based on policy, which is based on, it's like all it takes is one quick shift, and like literally 80% of the GDP deflates.
Yeah.
Some issue with AI or realization that it doesn't, return or what, I don't know, whatever, because all of it's building out for that. And our power grid can't even handle it. Like, it's so bad. There's so many issues coming up with that.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, if the world's still spinning next week, we'll catch you guys later.
Have a good one.